Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is April 5th, and our reading is Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhism. The various schools of Buddhism tend to ignore each other and accept our differences with a few friendly jibes. Mahayana is the largest sect and is dominant in China, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. It's also far more activist than Theravada. After the split with Theravada Buddhism, Mahayana spread into Tibet, then on to China, Korea, and Japan. Zen is part of Mahayana. Each time it moved, new translations of the original Pali texts and the commentaries were produced. Mahayana means greater vehicle, and some of them call Theravada by the derisive term Hinayana, meaning lesser vehicle. Theravadans quip that it takes a larger vehicle to cart around all the extraneous stuff. Vajrayana, or Tibetan Buddhism, is prevalent in Tibet and Bhutan, and many consider it to be part of the Mahayana School. Like Mahayana, they use translations and commentaries not recognized by Theravada. Theravadans don't care what other folks read. They're focused more on the inner journey of meditation for personal insight. The other schools are more socially active, as epitomized by Chogyam Trungpa, D.T. Suzuki, the Dalai Lama, and Thich Nhat Hanh. Mahayana sects tend to be more bureaucratic than their Theravada brethren. There are other doctrinal differences, particularly regarding bodhisattvas, married clergy, and alcohol. But since we're a mixed marriage, we don't dwell on them. The major schools of Buddhism have a much more peaceful history than do other religious groups such as the Christians or the Muslims. There's no such thing as the Reformation or the 30 Years' War, the 100 Years' War, the Shiite fratricide that goes on in the world and to this day. And that's no big claim to fame or anything. It's not that Buddhists are better than other people. It's probably an indication of we just don't care what other people think. And knock yourself out. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Have a good time. Anyway, a large part of why we wrote this book is that we couldn't find any kind of a reader that even attempted to bridge the gap between Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism, much less Thai forest tradition and Jodo Shinshu, which are kind of from the far side of the moon away from each other. So we hope that this is useful to somebody. If it's useful to us, if it's not useful, fine. If it's useful, boy, we're tickled pink. So thanks. So thank you very much for coming back. It's good to see you. Thank you for subscribing and for your comments. Thank you for going to Amazon and getting the book. We really appreciate that too. And we hope to see you again very soon. And happy trails to you until we meet again.